Okay, we're at the generator today. I'm going to do an oil change on a 20,000 watt, 20 kilowatt Briggs Stratton whole house generator. I think this is about all I need for the oil filter to drain it. Got the Briggs Stratton filter here. I'm not going to use the total 5 quarts, and so I always mark an empty one to put the used oil in. I've almost screwed up in the past, and so I have 4 or 5 of these new ones in the shop, and then maybe 15 of these, and you grab one thinking you've got new oil, and you can really screw up. So always mark those. Let me get it opened up. See if I can get you guys in position here to see everything. I changed the oil yearly because it just this thing never runs. Maybe 2-3 hours a year. Because we, knock on wood, thank goodness we haven't had a bad winter to knock out power. But it's got the oil drain here. It's just a tube connected to the bottom of the engine. Oil filter's in a great location right here. This thing even has an oil cooler. It's pretty cool. It's a V-twin 993cc Briggs Stratton. I think this produces 35 horsepower. And then we're spinning a 20,000 watt generator right here. Runs really smooth, running on propane. Burns very clean. I changed the spark plugs at, and I forget how many hours. They'd been in there like 6 years, and they look brand new. There was like no, so did the air filter. I changed it at 6 or 7 years. But this thing lives an easy life. But I'm afraid moisture and stuff is going to build up in the oil, so I change it yearly. I change everything yearly, push mowers and things like that. See if we can crack this thing open. This kind of becomes a messy job. It's just the way it's situated here, kind of working on the ground. Well, I thought I broke that free. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. There we go. Let's see how dark this is. Oh, look at that. Jeez. Looks brand new. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pull off the fill in the back so I can get some air in there. Okay. This thing drains so unbelievably slow. It's just, God, oil looks almost brand new. A little dark. It's hard to get below the, I almost need a flatter pan than this, really. This is draining slower than usual. It's quite odd. I'll have to definitely edit this video so I'm not looking at this thing drain for 20 minutes. Let's see what I can do here. Maybe lace something. Get a little bit of weight on that. I'll go over here and show you the other side of the generator. Let's open this up. Yeah, see, you got the dipstick here, and then the fill on this side of the engine. Wow, this is taking forever. While we're waiting on the oil to drain, I'm going to show you guys something in case you have this same situation with this same model. I'll put the model in the description. Years ago, I think about 5 years ago, the charging circuit back here, oh, Duncan's come to help. What's up, dude? The charging circuit failed. It burned out, and the battery was no longer able to be charged. And they were only like $400, I think, for that board. And so what I did is I ran some conduit from over there at the box over here. I actually put an outlet. You can see the outlet. I put an outlet inside the generator, and I got one of these battery tenders and just plugged it in and hooked it up to the battery. And I don't know how much I spent total, maybe 50 bucks, and done. And this is, you can see this was from 10 of 17, $20 at Walmart, this battery. And I think those are like 26 bucks for the little battery tender. But that fixed the problem. It does it really well. I mean, it's lasted for, what is it now? 4 years, almost 5 years. And still going good. So just in case your charging circuit gets fried, you can always put in a little trickle charger, and it seems to work pretty good. This oil is still, look at that, very, very slow drain. It's always done that. Tell you what, while this is draining, let's go ahead and get the oil filter out of here. This makes such a mess. See if I can catch some of the oil. But spilled oil is rust proofing, right? Such a tiny little oil filter. Oh, this is a tiny little engine compared to some. Oh, there we go. There's the little oil filter. God, look at the oil, how clean that is. But I've got some streaks in it that looks like some moisture's gotten into it. That's the reason I try to replace it yearly, because I think this thing just sitting out here in the weather, and hot and cold, and it's picking up some moisture. So just to get fresh oil in there. This thing is trying to do bad things here. Okay, let's keep going. Go ahead and get the new filter on. Let's see. tight as possible. Okay. I think she's on. Let that drain a bit. Okay, after about 30 minutes, this thing is finally finished draining. Now that the oil's in this pan, it's not as clean as I thought it was. That's and it doesn't smell new, if you know what I mean. It smells kind of funky and it's quite dark, so this was a good thing I changed it. Okay. Let's get this tightened up. Come on now. Okay. There we go. The filter's on. A little bit of a mess here. I'll leave this open so I can test fire here in a minute. Let's see, get this old jug. If you can see that or not. Let's see. Yeah, you can. I really don't like these spouts on these these type of pan, but this is better than not having a spout. Very windy day today here in Arkansas. All right. So let's run into the back. Okay, you can see everything. I'm not sure. The dipstick. Okay, let's put some fresh oil on this thing. Gosh, there's just no room for error there. No room for anything. I'm trying to make sure I'm not, because I can't see this. I should squat down so I'm seeing what I'm doing here. I'm surrounded by electrical cables. Try not to pour this everywhere. close. Tad of oil. I'm getting all over the top of this generator. And then that's it. Alrighty, let's see what the dipstick says. Dipstick says you're very full. Okay, good. Good. The oil that I use this oil in everything except the tractor, is Pennzoil Platinum. And if you guys watch the Project Farm, if you're not watching Project Farm, you need to be watching Project Farm, because that dude is seriously skilled on testing things. And this oil came out, I think, second out of all of them. And I think the best one was Amsoil, and Amsoil is just, it's too hard to find and too expensive. So this works for me. So let's fire this thing up, see what happens. Hopefully, I'm making a mess up here on top of this, I swear. Making sure everything is good.